Hi, my name is Shatika, and I am making a video to answer the discussion post about what experience we've had with the healthcare field, whether it's through our patient experience or as a healthcare worker. So yeah, let's get started. So 2 years ago, I was admitted into the hospital for an infection. It was on my face and it had taken up I had an infection up here, and it caused a swelling in my eye, which I left my left eye completely unable to open, and they were worried that I may have gotten meningitis because of how close it was to the orbital sockets and just how I was responding to everything. But luckily that was not the situation, and it was just a small staph infection. But this was the first time that I had gotten a perspective of being a patient in a hospital rather than what I had been doing before, which was like volunteering in hospitals and observing doctors and other healthcare professionals. And so before being a patient, I guess I'd never fully understood how healthcare affected a patient's ability to get care. As I was just a student when I was observing the doctors, and we never really talked about the healthcare system itself. I got to see how the doctors were taking care of the patients, and I was blessed to have such amazing doctors to shadow. So I never directly thought that a healthcare was that big of an issue until I became a patient myself. I was about 19, 18, so I'm still under my parents' insurance, but I was worried about how much healthcare would cost. I was so careful I would hesitate while answering the doctor's question to make it seem like my situation was not that bad. I was concerned about the money. And this is me as an 18-year-old, and I was concerned that my parents would be receiving a large check from the a large bill from the hospital, asking for a large amount of money just because I ended up in the hospital. And I felt like a burden, and I was scared to even eat from the hospital food because I didn't want them to charge extra money to my parents. It made me scared. And also my situation, they were unable to figure out what was happening to me. So when I first got admitted, they had never told me I would need surgery. So I was 2 days fully on antibiotics, and then after, on the middle of the week, they were like, we don't know what it is still. And they'd taken a biopsy of my infection. They had put it on a petri dish, but they couldn't figure out what infection was, what bacteria was causing the infection. So I was in a hospital for a week, and in the middle of the week, they took me to surgery to take it out so they could clean it all up, clean the debris, and just help me heal faster. However, the doctors, whoever was giving me care at the moment, it was both the doctor and the nurse's fault, but they didn't tell me that I couldn't lay flat because that would cause the swelling to build up. I needed to be at a 45-degree angle while laying on my bed so that the drainage could occur, which is why I went into surgery to put in a drain into my face. And so that caused an extra day. I had to stay in the hospital for 2 extra days due to the excessive swelling. And luckily, me and my parents have insurance coverage, but for those who don't have insurance coverage, it made me realize how much money they would have to pay just due to a mistake that the healthcare professionals made. And mistakes happen, and luckily mine was not life-threatening whatsoever, but it did cause me to stay in the hospital for 2 extra days. And even when I left, it took them 2 days after I was discharged from the hospital to tell me what was the bacteria causing my infection. The doctor was very skilled and amazing, and he knew, like, he had some, like, a good educated guess to tell me what I was infected with, but still, it was a risk to take, that he was taking to tell me that he had some suspicions and to discharge me because he had no idea what bacteria was causing the infection. Also, being a patient in the hospital, it's not a fun place to be. Like, I never, before, like, as I was volunteering, I was like, okay, this is a place where people get better, hopefully, or like, they're trying to get better. They come at a worse state, and we're hoping, the healthcare professionals are hoping to treat them and give them care so that they feel better. However, when I was a patient, I wanted to do everything and anything to leave my room. And for me, I was allowed to walk around and I was allowed to, like, go out, but there was no sunlight coming to my room. I felt stuck and suffocated in my room. I was also very, I don't know, for me, like, I wasn't like wanting to shower, not that I don't shower, I'm not hygienic, but like the entire atmosphere made me feel like, what if I catch another sickness here? What if I make my condition worse by, like, showering? So I would, like, figure out other ways to, like, stay healthy and clean, but without having to, like, touch hospital things. And I never felt that way when I was, like, volunteering. I thought it was pretty clean, but as a patient, I was scared about everything. And it made me realize how, when I become a healthcare worker, when I become a doctor, that's my goal, to become a doctor, I want to make sure that the patient feels comfortable and I can listen to them, not only about their, like, physical and their health concerns, but also about how they're feeling in their room. They're stuck and they don't get to see that many people, and especially with COVID now, they're, like, restricting visitors. And if I didn't have my parents, my dad, my sister, and my mom coming to visit me, I don't know what I would have done to, like, stay happy. Like, they were the ones keeping me happy. Like, my mom would bring me, like, homemade food and, like, just talk to me while I was there. So, like, I want to be that support system, that, like, strength for my healthcare worker, and I want to let them know, I want to find a way to better our healthcare system so that we can let the patients worry about getting better rather than how are they going to pay the bills. And this is coming from me, who did not have to worry about the insurance, did not have to worry if my parents would be able to pay. And so for someone who is scared, who doesn't have the best insurance plan, I can't imagine what would be going on in their heads. So from my experience, I hope to when I give care and when I seek care, I hope to find someone that will take that into consideration when they are providing me care. That they're not focused about the money that they'll be getting from me and from treating me, but rather to give them the care and the support to help them better. Like, that should be our main goal of our healthcare system. And it shouldn't be about the money, because health is much more important than money is. But yeah, that is my take. I hope you liked the video, even though it's really long, but bye.